All right. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome again to another Frequently Asked Question Friday. Today we have a new attorney works for Herrman Herrman, Jeff Johnson. Jeff, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Jeff Johnson. I started working for Mr. Herrman about a month ago. I used to be born and raised in Indiana, graduated from Peru as a chemical engineer. Worked in Houston in the 90s, got my master's there, and then moved back to Indiana, became a lawyer. Had my own practice for 14 years, worked up there for 16, and then moved down here almost 3 years ago.
All right. All right. Well, today's question is about statute of limitations. I know people are hearing a lot about it. Like I think the latest thing in the news is apparently Trump cheated a bunch on his taxes, but they say he's not going to go to jail because it all happened like over 10 years ago. So he just gets off scot-free. He doesn't go to jail. We have statute of limitations in personal injury law or tort law. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
And in Texas, it's generally 2 years, right?
That is correct.
Now, can you explain to people how that works, that statute of limitations?
Yeah. Statute of limitations, there's various kinds, depends on what area of law you're in. For instance, criminal cases, there's certain ones that may be 5 years, 10 years. Some don't have any statute of limitations based upon the severity of that type of crime. In personal injury law, it's 2 years. The difference is, and that's usually in most states, the state I came from, you just had to file the lawsuit within 2 years of when the incident actually happened. So if you're in a wreck today, all you had to do is file the lawsuit by October 12th of 2020. In Texas, not only do you have to have it filed, but you actually have to have the person or the defendant or defendants served in those 2 years.
Okay, and what happens if you don't get them served? Well, go ahead and answer first, and then I'll...
Yeah, usually that's a predicament that you really don't want to be in. If you don't have it filed or you haven't talked to an attorney, and let's say you go talk to an attorney 3 years after the incident, you really don't have much. You're waived out. If you've done it and there's 2 years of statute of limitations has passed, but there's attempts to still trying to get the person served, then you have to file due diligence and stuff with the court, and it'll be up to the court to decide whether or not you can still be allowed to pursue it or not.
Okay, so let's say you file suit on the last day of the statute. As long as you use due diligence after that to get a copy of the lawsuit served on the person, and the court rules, yeah, it looks like you've used due diligence. As long as you do that, then you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. But just to be safe, I would get that lawsuit filed well before that, make sure the person is served, because if not, you don't know. If you go through the discovery process, you might find there's other people liable. You could have found that out beforehand and had everybody served and move forward.
Are there any exceptions to that?
There's a few.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
All right. Well, one of them is if the person dies. I know that the defendant dies, then you prepare a seri ficus and you get the court to get an estate set up, right, and then you can serve the estate. The second is if the defendant was out of the state for any time during that 2 years, that you can prove it. So let's say, like, I know we had a case where the subcontractor came down here, did a job, my client got injured, and then he moved back to, wherever, I think Ohio. And we literally just couldn't find the guy. But we could prove he was out of the state for, like a year and a half. So the statute was told for that year and a half while he wasn't in the state of Texas. So,
I am familiar with one also where the defendant was in the military overseas. And so where I was at, we were able to get a tolling because of that kind of statute. But that's in the military, and the military has a lot of exceptions to the rule because if they're serving overseas.
Right. Okay. All right. And then the other question is, can I pursue a claim for damages even though I was partly at fault?
Yes. In fact, even if you believe that you're 100% or the defendant's 100% at fault, it's very common for defense to try to claim comparative negligence. as long as it's proven that the defendant is 51% liable, you can still recover damages, some level of damages. So just because you may have been partially at fault does not mean or bar you from being able to file suit and getting damages. It just allows the defense an opportunity to claim comparative, and then they have to prove comparative fault. So, I mean, in every case I've had, that's always brought up by a defense attorney, no matter how obvious it might look to somebody.
And it doesn't always have to be 50, 51, or 49, 51%, right? Because they have things like joint and several liability.
Yes, yes. I'm just saying, just the run of the mill.
If you're just suing one person.
Yeah,
it's
just suing
you
one
versus
person.
them.
Right, yeah, that's what I was talking about, was because a lot of these cases are either slip and fall or motor vehicle accident. That's most of them. And that's where it really boils down to is, you know, who's at fault and who's most at fault.
And so with joint and several liability, that's what, like say, multiple defendants, and depending on what level of culpability they are, as long as the defendant, the plaintiff is still under the 50%,
Right.
multiple people can be held responsible, and one defendant can be held responsible for all the damages
Right.
if they're the right kind of defendant.
Yeah, when I've encountered that, usually it's what I would call layered defendants. It just depends if you have this one and then they're on doing something for somebody else that's under somebody else, or you have where it could have been either one of them, they were working together or something like that. We have multiple defendants and you have to ascertain who's more liable.
Or a products case, you see that a lot of products.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, all right. I think we're going to hopefully finish up here a little bit early today. Let me go through a few announcements. Reminder that our scholarship, the deadline to enter is December 1st. The topic is what changes can be made to decrease distractions with technology and motor vehicles. Go to Herrman Herrman website, hermanherrman.com. Go to our scholarship page, and you'll get a form to enter. Reminder: first place gets a $2,500 prize, and again, it goes to you, not your school. So you don't have to worry about what school you're going to. The money goes directly to you. Second place is $1,500, and third place is $1,000. So please go enter. And I'll say it again, I'm tired of people from California and New York winning this all the time. I'd really like somebody from South Texas to win. So anybody can enter, anybody can win. But if you don't try, you're not going to win. If you don't enter the contest, you're not going to win. So go on our website, do the application, submit your essay. Okay, next announcement, reminder, we're doing a blood drive over here at our office on October 18th from 1 to 5. Please come and give blood. The hospitals and emergencies rooms always need blood for accidents and other problems. So please come and give blood. If you come by and give blood, we're giving away
$250.
What's that? We're giving away a free T-shirt. I know that everybody comes and gives blood.
On a start date.
And a swag bag, which is, a Herrman Herrman bag, a tote bag with a bunch of, things that we give away, chip clip bags, chip clips, and insurance cards, and insurance card holders, and
Pins, flyers.
pens, flyers, books.
Posters.
So anyway, come by, get your swag bag. All you gotta do is give blood. And a snack too, right? And you get a snack. Making Strides Against Breast Cancer is October 20th. Check-in is at 7 a.m. I guess the run starts at 7 and the walk starts at 9.
No, check-in is at 7 and the walk is at 9.
Okay, there's not a run?
No.
Okay, no run, it's just for walk. But I guess if you wanted to show up for the walk and you wanted to run it, that'd be fine to do too. So you can turn it into a run. So check-in at 7 a.m., walks at 9 a.m. Lucha Kaboom is October 27th, right around the Dia de los Muertos, or it's part of the Dia de los Muertos festival. The first match is at 7 p.m. Stay tuned for on our social media pages on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We will be giving away tickets. They'll be announced here very shortly. So stay tuned and enter for your chance to win free tickets. Okay, voting registration is over. If you haven't registered to vote, then you don't get a vote this year. And so, if bad stuff happens to your country or your county, your city, you can't really complain because you've had plenty of time to register. So, but you can go register for the next election. All right, early voting starts October 22nd and it goes through November 2nd, and election day is Tuesday, November 6th. Remember, if you go vote, they'll give you a little sticker that says I voted. Just bring that by here, and you will be entered into a contest to win $1,000. We had it at $250, but we decided this election's too important. We want everybody voting, so vote, come by here. You have a chance to win $1,000 just for voting. Don't do anything else. And you don't even have to tell us who you voted for. And you also get a swag bag for doing that too. So just swing by here after you vote, bring your sticker, and get in there for the contest and get your swag bag. Lastly, Beto O'Rourke and Patrick Kennedy will be at the Richardson Auditorium at Del Mar on Saturday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. So if you never heard Beto speak, it'd be a good time to go hear him. So plan on being there tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I think that's all our announcements. We're still a couple minutes early. So until next time, you want to say goodbye, Jeff?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this, so thank
right.
you for having me.
Well, we'll have you back. Okay, so we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same channel.